Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing bueno as can be. All right, recording this October 4th, 2022. And I saw the story about there is allegedly a serial muertoer in Stockton. And the police say that there is 7 murders that happened. Now, they say that two of them from 2021, they are now connecting to the five that happened in 2022. So all of the slayings have happened after dark. They're in areas where there's not a lot of security cameras. Each of the slayings have involved a single person, and none of the victims were robbed, and none of them were either drug or gang related. So these are just surprise attacks, apparently. And so we have, here's our timeline of how things have folded. April 10th, 2021, 4:18 a.m., a 40-year-old man was struck down in Oakland, California. April 16th, 2021, at 3:20 a.m., a 46-year-old woman was taken down, and she survived her injuries, but this was linked, they think, to this current suspect. July 8th, 2022, so we go forward more than a year. At 12:31 a.m., a 35-year-old man, Paul Yaw, was taken out. August 11th, 2022, 9:49 p.m., 43-year-old man, Salvador Debuti, I hope I'm saying that name right, Jr., was taken out. August 30th, 2022, 21-year-old Jonathan Hernandez Rodriguez was taken out at 6:41 a.m. September 21, 2022, a 52-year-old man, Juan Cruz, was, again, we'll say like Natalie deleted, at 4:27 a.m. And then September 27, 2022, this is apparently the final victim that they've figured out. 54-year-old Lawrence Lopez Sr., who was taken out at 1:53 a.m. on September 27th. He was a musician leaving behind 6 children. So I'm curious, is this a guy, a serial killer on the loose? They think they have a grainy video shot of this person. Is that the person, the same person they're looking for? Are the two crimes for 2021 related? I don't know, but let's see what we can find out. All right. First, I want to see, is there a serial killer on the loose in the Stockton area? Yes. There is, but I think he's on the move. I think he's on the move now. I think he's like starting to get a little bit spooked here that he's gonna be caught. I think he's been trying to conceal his identity. I don't know if he's putting on different disguises every time he goes out or something in case someone identifies him or someone survives. But it looks like he might be trying to leave the area. Yeah, He's been working there for quite a long time. This has been his hobby. He's very strategic. This is like a hunting game to him. He gets like emotionally fulfilled when the more he does this, the more it fills this, I don't know, hole of darkness in his heart. It's interesting though. Something here too that I think he somehow, some of the, not all, but some of the victims he's lured there. But it's not alluring like, hey, you want to see something cool? Come hang out with me in an alley. This feels even more like shady of luring them. He's hiding while he lures them. It's weird because it almost comes to me like it's like say if you were ghost hunting and it's like, say if you're ghost hunting and you're like, on those shows and it's like, knock, 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 where did that come from? I have to go find it. Like there's something weird about it. Like he's doing something, people can't see him doing it, but he's doing it to lure people to get them into position. But yeah, there's definitely someone doing this. I want to say too, I don't know if this is something a part of it where if he's also leaving or taking, I want to say he's leaving some type of signature, his signature. Like we have to give like these bad guys like dumb nicknames or something, but I think he's leaving a signature on the body, like say BTK, how he he made up his own stupid nickname. I mean, talk about a stupid nickname. This one's leaving, I think, something on the victims where it's like his calling card, for that people, I guess the authorities would find. So, okay. No bueno. Is the person in the grainy footage the killer? It's a silhouette of a man. I feel like I'm singing a Queen song. Silhouette of a man. Is this guy that's in the grainy footage, is this the killer? Is this the right person that they're supposed to be looking at? Is this the guy that they want? I don't think that's the right guy, or it might be just a witness. Might be somebody that knows that, like someone that might be aware of, I guess. I don't want to say know like they're friends or something, but aware of, like heard some rumblings, may have encountered this person, they might know some things. I think if they call this person in, they figure out who this person is. It's like it's hard for them to connect him to being the actual person. They have to move on from him. So I don't think that grainy photo is that. But I think maybe this person has heard some things, or maybe encountered this serial killer. We'll call him the SK. But I don't think that's the person that they're looking for. I mean, I'm sure they're looking for that person because I assume, had to have been around the area at the time. But he might have information, but I don't think that's the actual person. All right. Let's continue on. Are the crimes in 2021 related to the crimes of 2022? Are they all done by the same SK? I think yes. It's the there was a problem linking them together though, because I don't think that same like his calling card was put on those ones. Um, I think there was some type of evidence they got. I don't know if maybe it came from we have the woman that survived. If there was some evidence they got from that woman, either that's DNA from a fight or a struggle or something that they've been able to connect. Feels like maybe there's something like that going on. And they weren't sure at first if that was connected, but they've since been able to connect it. But it was like, at first it was kind of like they weren't sure because the calling card wasn't on there. They're, I think the woman victim, they're using some of the things that she said to create a profile about this person. This feels like a person that the SK feels like they go from one extreme to another. Um, they can at times seem like wonderful, nice, not scary at all, and then they just change and go crazy ass. Um, but I think they were able to connect something with this woman and the other person that connects them to the 2022 crimes. Um, but it took them a while to find it. So yes, those. So the total victims then would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So all 7. Yes. All right. Let's do a major arcana spread on what's up with this dude. I'm gonna use the tarot. That's, the creepy looking one. Major arcana deck. Let's see what's up with this guy. He's on the move. Again. He's on the move. So it's like he's not going to stick in one area. I think he's wearing different outfits or different disguises or something, so his identity is hidden. Part of this maybe is like role playing. And I want to say he might not have the same. Well, like his future event here is a magician, and it's a. I'm wondering if he kind of changes his operation, the way he's doing it. Magician. The interesting thing with the magician is that the magician, the traditional version of the card, you see a man. He brings down the power from the heavens down to the earth. That's what this lightning pose is about. However, the other thing that you see with the magician card is he has the 4 suits, the 4 tools of the suits of the minor arcana. He has the sword, the cup, the pentacle, and the wand. I'm wondering if he might change the way the implement, maybe we'll say, that he's going to be using. He might be, again, I think he's changing locations as well, though. Okay, his main concern is being caught and his spree is ended, which makes sense. But he is enjoying this because he feels very powerful, as he plays judge, jury, executioner. So he feels very powerful in this role. This is like, filling that dark heart with some type of confidence and power. The more he does it, the more he wants to puff out his chest. The more it feels like he wants to get more riskier, more. That's why I think there's a possibility he changes what he's doing. Okay, so he's obsessed, obviously, with death. I'm wondering too if this guy. Remember when I said earlier, like he vacillates between like like almost, I don't know that this is a proper medical term. I'm not diagnosing him. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. I'm just speaking in basic, I don't know the proper terms language here. I'm wondering if that he is someone who's off his meds, that he's like a schizophrenic, or he's bipolar, or multiple personality, something like that. Something he's off his rocker, like a person who's thinks he's doing the devil's work, or God's work. He might be that delusional to think he's doing God's work here. Weird. He does it. Stay away from this guy. His primary obstacle is the sun, so he's going to be continuing to do these like after hours in the dark. He's not going to. It's like he might switch up his implement, but he's not going to switch up the time of day he's doing it. He's going to do it in the darkness because he can't be seen. He needs to work quietly alone. It almost like if you cornered this guy in the daytime, you could be like, not me, but if you're like a regular person, which I mean like an average height person that had some level of strength, it's almost like I think you could snap this guy. It feels like a toothpick kind of guy. Somebody who's just like, yeah, not afraid of you, but almost at night, where this is where he gets all this like, I'm so strong and powerful, but he's a little weasel. That's what I'm getting here. He's a weasel of a guy. And that's why he's using the darkness and like the disguises and all this shit to, you know, do his role-playing kind of crap. Let's look at, is he looking for, how is he picking his victims? Like, yeah, how is he picking them? I think he has some like brief interaction with them. And it's weird, like he waits around to see, and then it's like he somehow gets his like ding download of like, oh, that's the perfect one. But it's almost like he has some interaction, and there's some methodology to which he selects them in terms of like, I'm thinking they say something to him that hurts his feelings or insults him or something, and it doesn't have to be like, hey, you're a jerk, or hey, you smell, or something like that. It could just be like he approaches them and they just give him the wrong answer. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong answer. It's just that he's declared in his mind, that's the wrong answer. You've given me the wrong answer. This does look like, too, there is no specific profile that he's targeting. So be careful. He's just going out at night, and it's a fresh journey whenever he's going out. He's just looking for whoever he can get, whoever seems to be in his area that he is doing. And after he's done, he kind of like goes back down to a level of some type of balance. It like calms him down for a little bit, but there's no rhyme or reason to how he's picking these people. It's just like he waits and he sees until somebody comes out, does more like says the wrong thing, almost like, hey, you have change for $1, or could you loan me $1? No. Okay, well, now you're the next one. These people aren't doing anything wrong. He's determining that they've given him the they've done something wrong in his mind. He's feeling the slight. He's making up the slight, and it's, I think it could just be they looked at him sideways. It could be as much as that they gave him a questioning look and he took that. He's doesn't. Ugh. Okay. How can what how can law enforcement track this guy down? I think as part of this is that calling card. He works on this. There's like fantasy working on this. Like I'm saying, that's why I keep thinking there's this calling card here. Like after he overtakes the victims, whichever way he's doing this, you know, he comes up behind, I don't know, he comes up on the side, whatever. He's been working on this. This is like he's got, he's perfecting this as he goes. I don't want to say, he probably has like a notebook where he like does like a Monday morning quarterbacking on, where it's kind of like, okay, this didn't work so well. This worked really well. What was I wearing? What shoes was I wearing? Da, da, da. Documenting everything about it. Like he just goes through and like goes through to see like, oh, but yeah, that, you know, that kind of, I remembered that was kind of a problem, but this worked really well. Feels like there's a refinement here. I wonder, something here too with the car. There's got to be a similar car on the reverse. I'm wondering if his calling card is like, kind of like, it reminds me of like a Zodiac thing, like some type of code for that the SK only knows. He's been working very hard. He is becoming a master at doing this. He gets his power from doing this. Okay, so when I was saying too, he's going back and he's writing his notes about how he's, you know, just going back over each situation where he can make improvements and stuff. I think at some point there is some concern that could lead to him getting caught. And this is why I think he might be getting ready to change the way he's doing it. Again, I think that he's got voices in his head, real or imagined. Who knows? Going on here where he's making changes. He may have already changed, because the Three of Swords is talking about, I've already set my ships out to sail. He might have already changed the way he does things now, and he's looking to see how that's going to play out. Perhaps he's a Satanist. Just saying. I mean, anyone who does what this person's doing is not a good person. But the reason I'm getting there is we have the Four of Wands. That's your home, your safety, your security, your foundation. El Diablo's underneath it. So I'm going to say there might be something to, you know, him giving a little bit of shout outs to El Diablo here. He's very excited. He's been able to elude law enforcement. I think he does think that they're catching on to him, that he's been able to go on for a while now, but he's worried that they're going to catch him. I wonder if he's like Like, people would be shocked who he is. Like, he's a kind of weird. Like, he's a BTK. And I don't know that he has a family, like a wife and kids or some shit, but it feels like he might just be this, like, everybody was like, hey, look, there's Jeremy. He's like, you know, everybody's like favorite neighbor. He comes and he helps and he mows the lawn for us. Or, you know, Jeremy one time helped me lift the TV into the house. Like, he like lives like a suburban person. And I think people think he's like nice dude. Um, Something's changing though here for him. What is this changing for him? Because Five of Swords would be a fair fight. Like, I think he thinks he's doing cat and mouse or whatever's in his deluded brain here. But we have the Five of Swords. We have Eight of Wands. Something new's coming in here for him. There it is. Okay, so that's that traditional magician card I mentioned before. Coloring's different. However, you can see there's his table, and he's got a sword, he's got a wand, a pentacle, a cup. I think he's like getting ready, or he has switched how he's doing this and how he was his MO. It's almost as if he's moving. He's going to, I swear, he's going to change the way that he is doing this. He's going to change. I'm wondering too if he's not going to start like soliciting online. You know, like Uber driver, DoorDash, or some shit like that. It's almost like he wants to bring the nightmare to him. This is a new... Okay, so he does want to move, but it's kind of a holding pattern. So he might not be going like far, far away, but he might be going into a different area than he was in before. So I know some of these said like Oakland, Stockton, Stockton. I don't have the areas for the rest of these people, except one other says Stockton, but I don't know what other areas are around there. I don't think it's like he's moving too far, but he might be moving in a different area, but he's not like... Kind of waiting and seeing to see like how much heat is around those areas. I don't know if that's a way like he could pass by those, like, oh, he goes to work, he drives by them, something like that. He's working on something different. He's working on something different. So it's like he's getting his downloads, El Diablo downloads. He's working on something new to bring to the situation. And that's why I'm kind of wondering, you know, here's a partnership, Two of Cups, here's a partnership where we got money involved. Here's the car waiting and seeing. So while I say he's on the move, this could also be that he's having like soliciting people to meet him somewhere to do, you know, like, oh, it's Facebook Marketplace. Oh, you have a speaker you want to sell me? Okay, yeah, let's go meet and wait and see how this is going to pan out. He might be testing this idea. He might be already doing it. I think, though, he's going to change the way he's doing stuff. Let's see if we can figure out just a little bit more about his life. What can we know about his life in the daytime? Let's say that. Interesting. He comes across as very emotionally balanced. I think he's married and he has a kid, or at least one kid, if not the family of kids. He's a hard worker. He's like an excellent employee, or he's a business owner. He's out in the open. He's not a loner. He's a person who's just out there. People know who he is. They have no idea, but people know who he is. He comes across as emotionally balanced, but he's not. Obviously, he's dregs of the society here. Interesting. He may have tried to tell people he was going to be turning over a new leaf, but that idea was quickly dashed. I don't think he turned over the new leaf. So if this was like he had some bad habit, like, oh, I'm going to stop drinking, or I'm going to stop whatever, he said he was going to do it. He didn't do it. His wife finds him to be emotionally unavailable, but he does like to play up this role of being the best dad ever. This could be too. He's telling people, like he brags about his family. He's manipulating the whole situation of his life. He has this bad side that people don't know about. Yeah, because then it comes back. It's telling the same story here of interesting. This is why there's something different here. Like, it's like I'm going to make you an offer on your item, or I'm offering you money for an item. Like, that's why mine gets a DoorDash or a Facebook Marketplace, or I don't know, could be Craigslist. And it's kind of like, this is like the new plan. He loves when he commits these acts. It makes him feel victorious. There's, I don't know if there's something here where he likes to let the person know. Like, I don't know that it's necessarily, I think I read in one of the articles they said it's an element of surprise. I don't know if it's always the element of surprise, because I think at some point there's something where he likes to let them know that this is their last moments. Yeah, I don't think this is always that these people had no idea that they were all caught off guard, because I feel like he's fighting with some of them. Like, some of them are not surprised. What is this? He's coming up with new creative ideas. He wants to create something new. That's why I'm thinking he's looking to change it up, switch it up. All right. Let's see if we can find out if he's already in their database, like he's a prior offender. Is this guy like already a criminal? Or has he been a good citizen? He might have had something. I think generally he's been holding it together and keeping himself out of trouble as an adult. However, I think there was something in his past, 18 and younger, he did something and he got caught like juvenile offender for something in the past, but he's been struggling to hold it together as an adult. But he's been able to keep himself out of trouble as of now. I'm almost wondering, like, this thing with his juvenile thing, if, you know, there was a plea deal, or they let him off the hook, like they gave him some lesser sentence or something, like he, I think there was something rather significant to whatever he did, but it was almost like first time offender, perhaps. Crime of opportunity. It might be sex in nature. But I think some deal was struck with this person, and that's like in their juvenile thing. Okay, and so this is like, as an adult, he's been tamping down, you know, his bad nature, until, I guess, recently. This has been a burden for him to carry, but he's very satisfied now that he's indulging his criminal, abhorrent behavior. So he's very happy with what he's doing now. It's almost like feels like a release, a relief. Like, oh, that was an itch I needed to scratch. That kind of idea here. All right, so that's what I got. So, if you know something, Stockton police are asking anyone information to call Stockton Crime Stoppers at 209-946-0600. And again, I'm recording this October 4th, 2022. And with that, I hope they catch this person, because, no bueno. And if you like this video, please give it a like, and I will see you next time. Adios.